G'day, Spice Legends. Welcome to Burner Bites Down Under, the hottest show down under. Spice Legends, you're joining us here tonight. We're interviewing the man, the myth, the legend, Kieron, the Northern Territory Chili champ, a.k.a. the Twin Father. He's going to make us an offer he can't refuse. Yes, Spice Legends, unbelievably, Tom the Stomper got defeated, not just by this guy, but by a couple of other competitors. And Tom is, I think he came fourth or fifth this year, but our legend here, Kieron, he didn't just beat second place, who was third place last year. Second place had the option to keep going, and he gave up. And our legend Kieron here, he just kept on pushing far. And we said, look, at the last round, he can rest on his laurels, or he can keep going. And he goes, let's keep going. Smashes a Reaper, smashes some Carolina Reaper mash, and smashed a world's hottest corn chip. So let's get Kieron in. How you going, Kizza?
G'day, Spice Legend.
That's the way, Spice Legend. So, matey, welcome to Burner Bites Down Under, all the way from Darwin, mate. It's a bit warmer up there than it is Sydney.
It is, mate. It is. It's starting to see a bit of dry season weather now, so it's slowly starting to cool down, but nothing like you guys down south there.
Oh, man, I wouldn't mind a dry season. We there was some areas in New South Wales that got 500 mils of rain in like a day.
Wow.
So there's a bit of flooding, and it got some wet. There were some people having to wear floaties. There was people on jet skis and driving on roads.
Yes, I heard quite a bit about that. Yeah.
It was wild.
Hopefully you're all on the mend up there now.
What's the temperature like in Darwin right now?
I think at the moment we're probably around 26, maybe 27 degrees. I think the lowest overnight we got down to so far is 19 degrees. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Like, whereas here, I think it was 5 degrees this morning. I'm going, it was minus 8.8 in Canberra. I'm going, well, that's snow territory, man. What the hell?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You can keep that cold weather down there. We get up to the Territorians up here. We see 20 degrees and we're like, all right, time to get the beanies out and the jumpers.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I was there, like the previous year I was there, I got off the plane. It was 39 degrees Celsius, 95% humidity. And I'm just like, oh, I walk out the airport, just get slapped with that humidity and heat. And Liz just goes, yep, welcome to Darwin. Typical Darwin weather, and I'm like in my short and thongs, and she's in jeans and a shirt with a zip-up hoodie. I'm going, what? Just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Awesome, mate. So, look, what are being the new kid on the block? Obviously, a few people want to know and hear about you, and there's some things about you. Tell us a bit about the chili name. Where did you get your chili name from? And was this your first chili experience, or are you long versed with the chili world? What's the story?
So my name, I've got two sets of twins. I got twin boys. They're three. And
two sets of twins. So you got two, like 4 boys.
Yeah. I know. 2 boys and 2 girls. So
wow.
Yeah.
Is it all the kids? You've only got 4 kids, or have you got more as well? Or
we've also got a farm of goats and a couple of other livestock running around and then
4 kids,
fruit
farm,
trees and
goats, a whole menagerie of animals, eh?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, she's busy up here.
Mate, I was going to say, you must have a lot of energy to try and keep up with that kind of stuff. That sounds like I'd want to be an octopus. I want to have more arms to deal with that. How do you deal with that, mate? Yeah,
there's always something to do. Keeps me on my toes.
So I was going to say, is chili a bit of an escape for you with that kind of stuff? Is that the story? Like, what was your first chili experience that got you into this kind of stuff?
I've always liked pushing the boundaries, and just I don't know, something that's ingrained in me since I was a child, I suppose. I've always been out there doing my own thing, and the chili comp come up, and I was like, I'll give it a crack. And I grow some Carolina Reapers, so I'm not.
Really?
I'm not like, I know the sensation and all that, and it was coming up to the chili comp, and my mum and elder sister was up here, and I said, just joking around, I said, I'm going to go in the chili eating comp, and I ate one of the chilies in front of me, just there, and Terry George dropped, and Yeah, I was just like, I was only joking, but yeah, that's
What was the
where we
chili?
ended up.
What was the chili you ate in front of him?
I was a Carolina Reaper.
Right. And was it like no reaction? Like, what was the story with that in that scenario?
I definitely feel the heat there. Like, well, yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it, I suppose, and yeah, like it's something. I don't know. It keeps me on my toes. I think it gives me a bit of a buzz. Like yeah,
That's the cool thing
something
about
different.
chili. It's sort of it's a clean, legal, healthy kind of high, isn't it? Like it might hurt, but it's all legal. It's all fun. You're not going to have any permanent damage. I mean, it sucks. It's a lot of pain, but it's not a forever kind of consequence, is it?
No, that's right. Like it's a buzz. Like and like you say, it's illegal and it doesn't have them down long term side effects. So yeah, in the moment it might burn like buggery, but it's I think it's good. Yeah.
And speaking of that kind of high, that adrenaline rush, is that sort of a common theme in Darwin and the Northern Territory, that a lot of people say that people in the Northern Territory are absolutely nuts, and that the police up there, they go there for extreme policing, and
Yeah.
that it's a different world up there. Do you agree with that, or how do you feel about that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's definitely a different world up here. You do get the with the heat and the humidity. We tend to call it the mango madness. Tends people a bit silly at times, but it's one of the best and worst things about the territory is it keeps the population low, and yeah, but it's a beautiful place up here too. So, and when you get that dry season weather, you come up here and you're like, oh my god, it's everything's amazing. So yeah,
Yeah, we've got a comment
but
here
like,
from the Reaper teacher. The Reaper teacher,
sorry,
we've got a comment here from the Reaper teacher. She's from California, Los Angeles. She's saying it won't kill you, just make you feel like you want to die.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Gary Muller says g'day from northern Queensland as well. G'day, Dazza.
G'day, Dad.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's funny. I've been to Darwin twice now, and it's a really unique kind of weather. It
Yeah,
seems like everyone sort of has their own kind of. It's a unique culture, both in the
definitely.
indigenous way, and then also both in like the white Northern Territorians as well, in the Darwinians.
Yeah.
Do you find that like a lot of people from other states and territories in Australia wouldn't really understand the way you guys live and the way you guys interact with your communities there?
Yeah, there would be a little bit of that. Yeah, it's like we're very friendly up here because the territory is the third biggest state or territory in Australia, but we've only got a population of 250,000. So there's a lot of remote communities out there which they never see the city ever. And then you got Darwin, Palmerston, and then out there everyone living out bush south or west of them, and yeah, and so everyone's quite friendly, and there's a lot of lovely people up here, and
Oh,
you,
Gordon
yeah.
Darwin says, "G'day, Cobber from Humpty Doo."
G'day, mate.
Is that from around the corner from you, mate, or?
Well, my nickname is actually Cobb, so I
Oh,
might know him. Yeah.
there you go. And
Uh,
hi Kieran, hi Phil, my spicy compadres. It's the Reaper teacher again from LA.
hello.
Gordon, next year, game on. I'll be in the comp.
Oh, I
Words.
like this.
And Matthew South, love your work, Cobber. Upper.
That's one of my mates. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the Spice Legend. So, yeah, mate. Tell us. Are you eating chili regularly? Is it like regularly in your diet? Or is it just sort of something that you do for fun, where it's like a dare or a challenge? What's the deal with that?
No, I definitely love my spicy food. Like, yeah, I've always liked, my spicy food. Yeah, and since the competition, I've been eating like a Reaper every morning, every night, on my way to work, and then when I get home from work. So, yeah, it's just you know, have a bit more fun in my life, and yeah.
You're like, yeah, it's fun in the bun. A lot of people
Yeah.
say the Ring of Fire. Like, oh, the Ring of Fire.
One of my boys the other day, he was down there in the orchard and he picked a green Carolina Reaper. And I said to him, I've been warning them for, since they could walk, stay away from that. They will burn you, very ouchy, And then he bit into it and he quickly found out that he's got a lot of training to do to get up to Dad's level of confidence eating chili. He's 3.
Oh, 3, and he ate a bit into a Reaper. Jeez, and how did he react to that?
He was a bit upset, but he pretty much just walked it off.
Just walked it off. Yeah, just walk it off, son. You'll be right.
Yeah, they do breed them tough up here. That is true.
I was going to say, mate, that there's a bit of a reputation for Darwinians and Northern Territorians that they breed them tough up there. Do you feel like that's just the status quo, or is there a certain secret to your training or your ability, or is it just like, yeah, I should just give it a crack, mate, see what happens? Is that what's the story?
Yeah, I think it's a big part of the territory attitude, mate, is, why not? Yeah, give it a go. And if you're going to do something, give it your best, And if you
go big or go home kind of thing, eh?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Like, yeah. Well, if you're going to try something, you might as well put your all into it. What's the point of going half-assed into something, like, Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm of that mental, that what do you call that mindset of if you're going to be in pain, you may as well get a reward from it. Like,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
I used to be an athlete when I was younger, and I was into like long distance running and trying to be a triathlete and all that crazy stuff. And I used to wage wars against my body all the time, and just riding and running and swimming and hitting the gym really hard. And some people just sort of mental just for that kind of stuff. Then this is way before the kind of chili journey that I've taken now. And so people thought it was nuts for a very long time, much earlier in my life, So it's funny now coming full circle going, wait, what are you doing? So I think that a fair degree of what you're going through is a fair majority of mental and willpower. Is there a certain thing or place that you go to with your willpower? Have you got like a happy place, or is it like something that gets you in the zone, or something that psychs you up,
Yeah, I understand what you're getting at. And I think for me, like I get so much joy out of my kids, especially my boys, because my girls, they're only quite young still. They're just 7 months, so they got their own little personalities coming through. But the boys, they can see and interact, and they talk about daddy and how daddy's doing this, and they get involved in it. So seeing them, and that gives me a lot more, drive to do good, and be a good person, So
right?
yeah,
The boy cheer you up, and you want to rep it as best as you can for the kids. And I'm guessing that has something to do with the name as well, the twin father, because it seems connected.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So, is it you or is it them that makes an offer you can't refuse? What's the story with that?
I'd say it's a little bit half and half, but it's probably a little bit more so me. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you're geeing them up and they're geeing you up, and it's sort of like a adrenaline circle or spiral. Would you say something like that?
Absolutely. And it's also too my wife, like seeing her get behind me and cheering me on, like that's a good feeling too. Like, yeah, and she's an amazing woman, and
it's good
she's
to
an
have your
amazing
other half
mum.
in your corner too, isn't it? Like, I see some competitors and they're just like, their partner's just like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? You're mental. Why would you do that? That's stupid,
Yeah.
We had a previous Australian champion and his partner's like, why?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, one of our other incentives is we keep talking about the golden boomerang. This is our Australian Chili Champion trophy, the golden boomerang, and every year we get their name engraved, the winner engraved every year. So had 4 previous years. We've got the 5th year. So It'll be down there, and
Yeah.
it'll be engraved. So it's funny. We were in South Australia, and one of the event organisers is like, "You can't be just going around throwing the word golden boomerang around." I'm like, "No, no, no. It's a golden boomerang. Like it's a literal golden boomerang as part of the trophy, you know." So it's funny. It's not like some racist thing. It's or a stereotype. It's like no, the trophy has a giant golden boomerang on it. So
Yeah.
engraved in it, you know. So it's funny how like there's a bunch of misconceptions out there and stuff like that. But look, you've had a couple of competitions now. What got you into competitive eating? Like, was it you just sort of dared yourself, or were you just like, oh, I want to give it a crack, or were you like, I was chasing the next adrenaline rush? What made it got you into it for you?
I was just, I joked around with me mum and sister, that I was going in the chili eating competition. And then my wife on the day I was working over in the shed tinkering away, and I'd been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. And, she's like, come on, let's go. And I hadn't really eaten much. So I was like, yeah. And then, we bumped into yourself, and you're like, come on, let's go, And I was like, you probably might recall, I said, my wife was like, come on, you said you wanted to do it. That's the whole reason we're here. And I said, yeah, but I'm sort of shitting myself now, And then, it was just, I went through it, and I was like, hang on, this is easy. I can do this.
Because that's the funny thing about chili competitive eating. I compare it a lot to boxing and fighting and combat sports. Is you can train all you want, you can have a big rep all you want, but at the end of the day, you're kind of only as good as the day you compete.
Yeah.
And you can be the best better of the world, but if you're not at your best, you're not prepared and trained and conditioned at your absolute best. You're not feeling that day. You're not going to be your best or do your best, are you?
That's true. And I remember before the comp kicked off, I was sitting there, and I was, my boys were running around and my girls were in the pram, and I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, you know what? It's only pain. I've gone through enough pain. I'll be right.
That's an interesting and unique kind of attitude to have. So, look, saying that, mate, everyone seems to have their different chili experiences and things that stick out to them. Have you got a best chili experience that sort of sticks out to you? Like, well, wow, that was really cool. That was an awesome moment. Is there anything that sticks out to you? Comes to mind?
I would probably say this chili comp that in the NT that I just won, mate. To be fair, yeah. That's it for me at the moment. But yeah, I'll definitely be there next year, and if I'm not competing, I'll be cheering on. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to try.
You got to defend your title now. You got a title now. You're now the North Territory Chili Champion. People are going to want to come for you.
Yeah,
in a competitive way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there to defend my title. Like, yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
Awesome. And like that being said, obviously just show everyone your hat there. You've got the Burko Jerky hat there. That's from Burko Jerky. Liz, if you guys don't know, she is our sponsor for Kieron. She's got him flown over, flights and accommodation for Kieron to get to the eastern side of Australia to compete. So we want to say a huge thank you. And also, Liz was on my offsider there in Darwin, my boots on the ground. Yep, there it is for the NT Chili Fest. So we've created a whole chili festival around the Darwin Chili Champs, which is such an awesome, unique thing to do. And I'm so thankful to have Liz as our boots on the ground. So I want to say a huge thank you to Liz. Without her amazing effort, she's just an absolute terminator. I've never seen someone who's so willing to go above and beyond and work the extra hours, forego sleep, food, and put in so much effort. So we want to thank Liz. She's gone for a pretty rough time at the moment, emotionally, psychologically. We won't get into the details, but we just want to say thanks to Liz because she's an absolute machine. And what's that old saying? I am woman here with raw. And wow, she's an absolute chili queen in her own right. And my God, I've never seen someone put in so much effort and be so proactive. And this wouldn't be possible without her. So we want to say thanks to Liz. She's an absolute legend. She's a Spice legend. And we want to thank you again, mate, for making that happen. Oh, what? Annalise, cheering you on, mate, all the way from your fam here in Queensland. Oh, is that the fam?
That's my older sister that I joked with about going into the competition.
G'day,
Uh,
Annalise. And River Teacher says, definitely a variable. Monique Brown. Woohoo, Kieran.
another friend. Yeah.
Love it. I've heard the Queenslanders are the beer drinkers. Would be good to meet everyone for a beer or two after the competition. So that's right. Yeah, guys, come down to Sawtell Chili Festival. We'll be doing the competition, I believe, from I think it's 11:30, and we're finishing about 12:30. So come and have a beer with us. Come and have a tricky bevy because you get to interact with your champions from wherever they are around Australia. Absolutely. So we're not PG afterwards. Absolutely. Once the cameras are off, we'll have you having some bevies. Don't you worry. And you're gonna have a big chat to Big Gander. Absolutely. So Kieran. So tell us when you do all this, what do your family and friends think of stuff that you're doing? Do they think you're crazy or are they super proud? What's going on?
Hang on a sec, mate. I got a baby talking.
Oh, sorry.
Banjo inside, please.
That's right.
Put it up on the hanger basket. Anyway, yeah, sorry. What was that question there, Phil?
So what does your family and friends think of what you're doing here? Do they think this is crazy or are they super proud? What's the vibe with the family and friends and the workmates?
When I told my friends and my close friends and from around the Darwin River area that I live, they were like, "You got to go there," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to go," and they're like, "If you don't go, we're going to kick you out," and it was a bit of a laugh and that, and
don't come back.
Sorry.
Is that guy? We're going to disown you. Don't come back, kind of thing. Is that what?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was saying that to Tom last year. They're going, if you don't win, don't come back. He's like, oh, crack.
Yes. Yeah. So but no, with my wife, she to help get herself and my support crew down to New South Wales. We've she started a GoFundMe, and we've had we're only trying to raise 2,000, but it's a lot of money to some people, and we're on our ways to getting that money, so she can fly down there with the boys and my daughters. So
absolutely, mate. Because you're not wrong. It's a bit of a hike. It's a bit of a walk. Especially from Darwin. It's people going, oh, like how far is it? I'm like, places in Europe are closer than from what do you call it, Sawtell to Darwin. Yeah, it's a bit. I absolutely agree. So good on you to people that are donating to the GoFundMe. Have you got a link at all by chance that we can have a look at, or
Tennille will post. Tennille, my wife, she'll post it up there if anyone likes to support. Absolutely.
Well, look, if once we're finished here, mate, what we'll do is I think if you send me the details and the link, we'll post it up with this interview. So if they feel like donating to you or helping you out, they can donate to your cause and make sure you get there, because obviously the problem with this kind of stuff, even though it's an amazing competition and it's so unique, the problem is because it's very niche, a lot of people don't get it. Let's say it's not like exactly an elitist sport. There's not a lot of money in it, unfortunately, but it is amazing to see what the human body can do, and seeing how far the human spirit can go. And that's kind of what this competition is about, is testing the limits of humanity and seeing what you can do. And also as an individual yourself, just going, how far can I go? What can I do? What can I do? Testing your ability,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think a lot of competitors, like third place was a good example, the WA Chile champion last year. His name was Mays, the crazy German. And he could see, he could see in his eyes, he was looking at Dom, he was looking at Gabby, and he's like, these two are just on a different level. But even though he knew that he was probably not going to win, he's like, I want to see how far I can go. And he just kept on pushing. And he was already well and truly third, and he was ahead. He's like, I just want to see what my limit is, And it's so interesting seeing a unique character where they're going, I'm not doing this the prize, the trophy. I want to see what my limit is. I want to see where I can get to, you know. And it was really cool to see that where he's like, I'm not done yet. I'm not dead. I'm not in the water. I've got more in me, and I can push further. And it's hurting, but I can go further. And it was so unique to see him get to that point where he goes, no, that is my absolute limit. I cannot go any further. And he's like, yeah, that is my best. I'm out. And I'm like, wow. And so we'll probably see some of that this year, you know, and I'd like to see yourself as well. Obviously, just do your absolute best. We just encourage our competitors to do their absolute best. Just give it a red hot crack. But on that line of thought, mate, we were saying before what your best chili experience is. Have you got a worse chili experience where you're like, oh, I really regret that, or oh, that really made me question my life choices?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I definitely want to try these other chilies that are hotter than the Carolina Reapers. Yeah, see how that feels down the throat. Oh, my wife just said when I put too much chili in a meal, I'm serving everyone else.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we might not have chilies that are hotter than Reapers this year, but we definitely have products and extracts and capsaicin crystals. So these things are going to go well past Reapers. So we've got things that are going to be really tasty. We're going to have things that are going to be not so tasty. They're going to test the gag reflex. We're going to have things that are going to test your chili tolerance. We're going to have things that are going to test consumption ability. How much can you fit in? We're going to have things that are going to test every single direction of you and your ability in every single way possible. And that's how it's designed, because we want things to be tasty. We want things to be hot. We want things to be challenging, both to get it in, both to get it down the throat, and to keep it down, you know? And then just when things couldn't get worse or crazier or more challenging, we're going to finish off, if we get to 30 rounds, with a speed round. But obviously our competitors have to get there first. There has to be more than one person. It has to be 2 people or more to turn on that speed round, where we won't be making it easy. There'll be some Reapers. There'll be a lot of pain. There'll be a lot of capsaicin and Scoville. So are you ready for something like that, mate?
Yeah, I really want to experience. I think it's called T-Rex arm, where your body starts cramping up and you can't hold a chili.
The Europeans, they call it the Naga claws, where they're getting like you see this lady in London called the UK Chili Queen, also known as Hina Wasim, and she's a phenomenal competitor, and she sort of goes into her happy place or her happy zone. And like I remember Johnny Scoville was talking to her, he's competing against her, and he's like, she's just gone like that, and she's not engaging with anyone. Where she's like, Shahina, hello. Oh, Shahina's left the building, and she's sitting there, and she can't even reach, like you said, she's got the T-Rex claws. She can't even reach to get the chilies anymore. She's just like, just stick them in my mouth, and she's got, I like, you know, and so in our competition that will push you that far, because when you get chilies and you're eating them for a long period of time, it's activating like the stomach juices. It's activating that reflux. It's activating that lactic acid in your muscles. It's making things seize up, and you'll feel the other challenge we've got as well is we've got a couple of different jerkies, and like it takes that muscular ability in your jaw. But it's funny, by the time that you've eaten a lot of chili, and there was one year where we had what was it, Greg Iron Guts Barlow, and he's throwing in there, and he's just going, and he's just forcing his jaw to chew. He's like, it hurts to chew. Oh, like you said there, because he's starting to seize up. So it'll be interesting to see how you guys battle and combat that. But have you got a certain kind of chili discipline that you sort of lean on? Like some people prefer raw chilies, some people prefer products. What does it for you, mate?
Yeah, I'm sort of open slather there. Like I really want to try the crystals. I know I think it was called the Scorpion Breath or something from the NT.
Steroids.
That I really like that, you know, and that that sort of caught me off guard too, because you spray it on your tongue and then, you know, you breathe in and it's that mist sits in your throat and it's like, whoop, Yeah,
Then
but
the
I
one you're talking
enjoy
about,
that, you know.
that's actually Satan spit. So that's a spray. You know how there's
Yeah.
pepper spray that the cops spray people with?
Yes.
It's basically that, but it's just with chili. It's basically pepper spray. And
Okay.
I asked I asked the creator why he made it. I said, "Why did you make such a mad concoction or creation?" He goes, "Because I just wanted to f people up." And he goes, and I succeeded. And the dude was telling me, he said when he first created it, he was testing it out with his mate, and he was waiting to pick up his kid from school, and they're at the school and not knowing that apparently they were right near an air duct opening, and they sprayed in the mouths. And one of the guys, he was so what do you call it? Nervous. He closed his eyes and he missed, and
Oh.
the mist went into the air duct. And
Oh yeah.
it went through the air conditioning in the school. They had to evacuate the school. It's like, oh, there's all the kids going. I was like, "Jeez," you know. And like, it's funny. You said that you enjoy that, but like last year we had we've got some chili gummy bears. So they've got like a mixture. Some gummy bears have like habaneros in them, like habanero powder in the gummy bear. They're tasty, but they're spicy. One of them has like scorpions, and another has like reapers in the gummy bear. It's like a reaper powder mixed in with the gelatin. And what we did was we thought, let's up the ante. We sprayed them with the Satan spit. So then you had to eat it with Satan spit on it. And one of the guys that helped me out, Dunny, he's gone at the back and he sprayed them so that he could try and get away from the crowd of the competitors. But the wind wafted it straight to the first row, and the first row of audience has gone, oh, one guy's like puked, gone, oh, Jesus Christ, and the audience like you get how hot this crazy stuff is, and people going, yeah, like we didn't have to worry. People going, that's nuts, and they're going, and they're eating that on top of chili gummy bears, what? So that's going to be one of the rounds there.
It definitely caught me off guard, you know, at the NT comp there. But like I said, I enjoyed it. It was a good burn. Yeah.
Travis. So this is Travis from Canberra. He's a previous Canberra champion. He was also in Australia's Got Talent with me. He ate 17 Carolina Reapers in 60 seconds. And he goes, Scorpion Strike on steroids is great, but Satan Spit sucks. So that's unique that you said that you actually like it, mate. You're the only person I've come across that actually likes it. So that's an interesting edge.
Okay. I thought there would have been some others out there that enjoy that sort of
I'm yet to see it. You're the first. So that's an interesting little edge there, because a lot of people are very wary of it going, because you've got to not breathe it in as well. Because if you do breathe it in, it sucks. There's nothing quite like having chili on your lungs. You know? And so that's why I advised you all when we were in Darwin. I said, take a deep breath, then spray it, because I'm like, do not breathe this in. I breathe it in. Oh, man. You just got involuntary coughs, and you feel like you're choking for about 40 minutes. It's nuts. Or at least Travis says, I will soon be able to tell you how close or far Satan Spit and OC spray are from each other. So there's a new product he's talking about. There's this, you know how you get droppers?
Yes. So
there's a dropper out there from Melbourne called the OC Drops, which stands for oleoresin capsaicin crystals, right? Or OC Drops, yeah? And that's just pure capsaicin, 16 million Scovilles in a dropper. And Travis has bought some from Uncle Mungo's in Melbourne, and he's going to tell us what the difference is very soon. He says, the Reaper teacher, she's like, oh, good God. Trav, the Reaper teacher, I've never been a fan of Satan Spit. Spicy is good, but the reaction you get from it is bad. Was it Reaper teacher? Always fun when you pepper spray the crowd. Inhaler captation is bad. Yes, correct. I'm meaning pepper spray. Yeah, I'll be surprised. Do you feel like you're a bit more immune now after trying Satan Spit to pepper spray?
I mean, immune, I would probably say no. But it excites me, that rush, that burn, that pushing myself. You know, let's see what we can do here. You know, and like I said, you know, you're getting into a competition. You put your all into it. You know, let's give it a
Absolutely. It's funny. You kind of remind me of a fireman. While everyone else is running away from the fire, you're running towards it going.
I used to be a rural fire brigade back in my younger days.
And have you got any interesting stories from that, mate? Any unique perspectives, or do you think that's hardened your mental capacity as well, your willpower?
I was only a teenager when I was doing this, and I was like still in high school. But there was definitely some things I seen, and to me it was a rush, seeing that wall of fire coming towards you, when you stand on the top of a hill, um, on a road on the top of a peak, and yeah, that was a rush. But at the same time, like it can cause a lot of destruction. So I'm sort of anti fire now these days.
No, that's
Yeah,
fair. That's fair. I mean, you come from a very dry state, so it's easy
yeah.
to see the bushfire can be pretty nasty there. Travis says, fun fact for you, gingers are more susceptible to spice and chili, apparently. Is that right, Trav? I don't know. There might be like an average thing as well. I don't know about that. It's ironic because my girlfriend's a redhead, and she can handle a fair bit of spice now. I mean, she wasn't great at the start, but hanging around me, I think chili is going to be inevitable. River teacher,
Yeah.
Travis, we don't have a cap spray here, but we have some hardcore high Scoville tinctures I've inhaled on accident before. Ouch. Fair enough. All right. And so you said that there would be a bit of family there. Are you going to have a bit of a cheer squad at that location or online for the
Yes.
day?
Hopefully I'll get the links all sent out to my friends and stuff that obviously staying up here and stuff. But my wife and 4 kids, they'll be coming down there, and that's my support crew, as we call it. And yeah, so they'll be there cheering me on the day, and yeah, we might see some other family members drive down from the East Coast, but yeah, maybe not. There's a bit of a drive from sort of up the Gympie region.
That's right. Yeah, I have had some family in Gibby as well. It's a bit of a walk as well. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
look, you can say to them, look, how often has a family member been in the national comp? Come on,
Okay.
suck it up, concrete, get over it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. Because you've got some people in your corner, and when we finish this as well, I'll make sure that you've got the ability to send them the links and show them how if they can't make it, so at least they can watch it live and online from wherever they are.
Awesome.
But like one of the questions I ask a lot of competitors as well is, what do you do for training and prep and conditioning? What is it that you do to your body before a comp to get ready for this kind of stuff? Because obviously it's one thing to just sort of go in and just wing a competition and go, oh, I'm going to get every red hot crack just off the street. But it's another thing to go and give something a red hot crack where it's a much more full-on competition. It's much more hardcore. Your competitors are on a different level.
Yeah.
It's not going to be over quickly, and it's going to go long. It's going to go hard. And the other thing is that this competition is going to be fast and furious because last year we had about 2 hours stage time. This year we've been informed we only have an hour and a half. So we are going to be absolutely shoveling this stuff in you guys at a pace that's going to be really quick. There's not going to be many breaks. It's just going to be one after the other. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you, mate?
I feel like it's a good thing, I think a downside for me will probably be sitting down, like I'm normally always on my feet, so I like to be up and, get the arms moving, cheer the crowd on. I want to hear the crowd, the crowd getting behind us, roaring and stuff. That gets me really hyped up and gives me that drive to just keep going,
Travis just said, Kieran, how nervous are you right now about this competition?
I would say I'm more excited to get to it. Not so nervous, but I'm a little bit nervous about the plane ride down with 4 kids under 3. So, but as far as like eating chilies, yeah, I think I got that under control there on the nervous side.
That's good. Yeah, with your kids, just go, does this smell like chloroform? What? No, never mind. I'm just kidding. Joking. So anyway, and is there something that you're going to do to try and cultivate a certain mindset for the day? Is there something that gets you in the zone, or that you just like, oh, it brings out that animal instinct like Dom, or what is it that you do that works for you, mate?
I think directly before the competition up here, like it started out as just a joke, and then, obviously it turned serious. And yeah, I sat down, I think, with my kids, and yeah, I was just watching what was going on around the place, at the festival there, and I was just telling myself, look, it's only pain. You've been through plenty of pain in your life. Like, what's a little bit more? It's not going to kill you, you know.
Absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
solid point, mate. And it sounds like basically in the territory, people aren't afraid of pain or challenges or adversity. Do you think living in the territory for you has made you have a stronger, more resolute mental attitude? Do you think that's helped you as well?
To a certain degree, like, but I've always been very determined, as my mum puts it. She was telling me about when I was 17 and I got in the when I told her about how I won the chili eating competition up here, and she's like, oh, she started laughing. She goes, I remember how proud you were. You were 17, you went in that cowboy poker, and you were so determined that bull was just butting you around, and we were sitting down on the ground in the middle of the ring, and the bull was just butting you around, and you're so determined you didn't get up. You sat there, you was bleeding everywhere, but you still sat there and you won the competition.
Oh, here's Liz here. This is Liz from Burko Jerky, your gold, Kieran. She says, look, for people that don't know what cowboy poker is, can you explain it to the uninitiated? That
um,
people just
I
like,
don't think they do it. I don't think they do it too much in Australia anymore. But generally, what it is, what my mate told me it was when we went in this, all those decades ago, was you sit in they go to the rodeo, you sit in the middle of the ring, you're playing at a table, you're playing cards, basically, but you're not actually playing cards. They let a bull out. The last one sitting there is the winner, and the bulls obviously come and charge you, and yeah, so that was the competition, and yeah, I just wouldn't get up. I got a horn through my lip, but
oh,
I still sat there, and yeah, yeah, I did.
so
I,
is,
did, I still, I
dare I
still
ask,
won the
is that the reason
competition.
why you got a mustache? Is that the mustache high covering the scar or something, mate? What's the
No,
deal?
it was on the bottom lip. Yeah,
Wow.
I've
Well,
got
I
quite a
can't see
few
any
scars.
scarring. Yeah, I've got to
Uh,
say, you look fantastic for getting a bull horn through the lip. Jeez, like that's one hell of a piercing.
yeah, it
I
was
suppose you weren't
quite.
wearing that piercing, the bull was wearing you.
It was quite an expensive bloody trip to the doctors, anyways.
Yeah,
And it
that's
definitely wasn't worth the $20 that I won for the comp. But anyways, that was.
$20. Mate, oh man, that is. Oh, I mean, but people go, "Oh, $20 is $20," but geez, that's the most
Yeah,
expensive $20 freaking reward I've ever heard of. My man, wow! And I'm like, that's the same. Like, yeah, the you weren't wearing the piercing; the bull was wearing you. Like, fuck,
yeah,
you know. But it sounds like you're not short on any guts, mate. That's for sure. The we
yeah.
haven't teach
The
you what
turn, yeah.
the
No, like my mum says, she goes, you set your mind to something, you're determined, you always get it done. So
it's
yeah.
for the glory. Is that right?
Yeah. Sorry.
One of the comments before was it's for the glory. Is that right?
Um. Yeah, it is absolutely. Yeah, it's the glory of being the champion, the winner. Like telling your friends, your kids, your wife, like yeah, all that. It definitely means something. It does. It does to me. Like yeah.
Absolutely, and that's what the old saying. There's an old saying. Was it no guts, no glory? And it sounds like you got guts aplenty, my man.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's right.
Uh,
We'll wrap this up pretty soon. We've only got a few questions left, but what advice would you give to people that are wanting to try out what you're doing and try and get to this kind of level? Is there anything you want to say to them about their mental mindset or their training or prepping conditioning? What do you say to someone that wants to try and do what you're doing?
um. Definitely give it a crack. But and this is just in life in general. If you're gonna do something, give it your all. Get in there and do your best that you can do. And if you can't do your best, do better.
Mate, that's it. That's words to live by, mate. Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
look, we'll wrap up. We've not got too many questions left, but Aside from this chili competition, what's in the future for Kieran, the twin father? Have we got anything planned before and after the competition? Like, is there a bit of a round Australia trip or East Coast trip, or are we just going to wrap it up and head home, or what's the deal?
Yeah, I think we're going to spend a little bit of time after the competition. We'll drive back up to Brisbane, and yeah, we might see a few of the family members. And yeah, like my passion is my kids, number one, and then my second passion is my farm. So yeah, I will. I'll come back here and start growing some new things, and yeah, we'll just
Most of that really
keep.
farm oriented. Tell us a bit about your farm and what you grow or what you do or what you're cultivating there.
So we've been out here just on 11 years now, and we started off with avocados. We've got avocados, bananas, star fruit, dragon fruit, jackfruit. Yeah, there's so many different types: mulberries, guavas, limes, coconuts. Yeah, and the
You
list
sound
will
like you're a
keep
bit of a
going on
green.
for another 5 minutes.
Sound like you got a bit of a green thumb, mate. Is that always been your sort of passion, growing things, or?
Yeah, I think it's instinctively in all males, they want to be a provider. So I want to be able to provide fresh fruit and veg for my family. So yeah, and times are tough. When times are tough, like yeah, you need three things to survive, and one of them's food. So yeah,
Mate, absolutely. Like I can't agree with that more. Every bloke and every most parents just they want to provide. It sounds like you're absolutely doing that, but it sounds like you're running a business kind of thing as well. You've got a farm cranking. It sounds like
yeah,
you're doing well there as well. So you've obviously being rewarded for your hard work and your toil. But mate, look, before we wrap this up and head off and make a move, do you want to have any shout outs to friends, family, sponsors, and people that have helped you on this journey and helping you get there, mate?
absolutely. I want to give a big shout out to Liz from Burko Jerko. She's an amazing woman, and yeah, if you're up here in the territory, I'm not sure if she sells it across the different states and territories, but give it a try and get behind your locals, support your locals, and um, yeah, yourself too there, Chili Phil. Like, without you, then yeah, the comp wouldn't have happened as well. So, and yeah, thanks for bringing me into the chili world. I look forward to seeing all the competitors down there in Sawtell, and yeah, let's give it a red hot crack. Oh,
Listen,
I've
don't forget
got goats too.
the guys as well. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Uh,
absolutely. Look, you're absolutely welcome. We want to say a huge thank you again to Liz because Liz, none of this would have been possible without you. She's an absolute machine of a human being. Like some people don't believe she's even human. She's just determined. She's a machine. I don't know. I don't know how she does it. She's got a bunch of kids. She's got a huge property. She's got a business. And some people say that she's also keeping a husband together. I'm just joking. But no, she's a red hot ripper chick. She's a bloody good person. She's a great friend. She's an excellent person to have support. Also want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's helping support Kieran and with the GoFundMe. We'll have a chat, Kieran, after this interview and get your GoFundMe link on the thing.
Absolutely.
Help support you because obviously this kind of stuff's not free. Obviously, we endeavor to get as many sponsors as we can together, but not all of us are millionaires. So
No.
that's also the other reason why we do what we do is because we don't want to just pander to the elite and rich people. We want people to be in this competition from skill, talent, and ability. And that's one of the reasons why you're here, Kieran. You're not a millionaire, mate, but you're an absolute top bloke and you're an absolute chili Aussie battler and a bit of a chili warrior, mate. So we're proud to have you come and compete on the East Coast for the Northern Territory. And we want to
Absolutely.
we want to say a huge thanks and a shout out to all our sponsors because you guys make this possible. And we also want to say thank you to everyone that's contributed to Kieran's GoFundMe and to Neil for backing you up and your family and friends for backing you up because that's what it takes sometimes to make what seems like the impossible happen. But you're making it happen, mate. You're keeping the dream alive, and we thank you for
Yep.
it. So
Yeah.
keep rocking.
Big thank you to the people that have helped us out so far with going to help us out with the GoFundMe too. Like that, yeah, it means a lot to us and to my wife and kids. You know, to have them there is going to be amazing. So, well, I do truly appreciate it and thank you.
Like the River teacher says there, I'm not a millionaire, but I'm priceless, mate. And I have to agree. I agree. I think that all our competitors are priceless. You guys are all absolute Aussie legends. You're Spice legends. You're Chili battlers and warriors. And I can't wait to see you all in person and have a couple of cheeky bevies with you, and both before and after, and celebrate this epic occasion, because it's great to see so many different unique people that are so different and fun and so competitive, all in the one space, and to just appreciate our awesome Aussie culture and our uniqueness and our differences, and to have it all in the one same space at Australia's biggest and oldest chili festival. Man.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Right, well, I'll let you go, mate. You have an excellent night. Thank you so much for joining us, Spice Legend. We'll put you in the back and we'll get this show moving on and on the road. But have an awesome night, mate. We'll talk to you very soon, and we can't wait to bring this show on the road and get this live stream cranking and bring this epic competition to everyone's screens and eyeballs.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Phil. And yeah, see you later, Spice Legends.
No worries. Thank you, Legend. You. All right, Spice Legends, that's it for our spicy goodness. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so proud to bring this awesome competition together. It's so good to have so many different competitors from so many different walks of life and different regions and areas in Australia, from so many different communities and cultures as well, you know. So, look, we thank you for joining us. But again, we're going to have some more interviews very, very soon. So keep it tuned to Burner Bites Down Under on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Follow, like, and subscribe. And if you want to throw us some gifts or some cash or whatever, all that money will go towards helping us run this awesome competition, and also getting our Australian competitor to Italy to compete in the Intercontinental Belt Challenge. So thank you so much, Spice Legends. But for now, keep calm, be awesome.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it. All about your debt, if you can pay it. It's all about pain, and who's gonna make it.